Ha ha. I'm kind of lost for words because I'm so ecstatic that the Eagles had picked a wide receiver. They went from 12 to 10. They had no other choice because all the top cornerbacks and wide receivers were being taken between 1 and 10. But they had the audacity and they pulled some big boy kahunas and moved up from 12 to 10, only to give up a third round pick, the one that Miami gave to them when they moved down the first pay from 6 to 12, 6 spots down, to move up to number 10 to get Devonta Smith wide out for the Philadelphia Eagles from the Alabama Crimson Tide. I'm gonna speak about Rutgers in a few minutes, but I want to go ahead and make this opportunity to let everybody out there know that I've seen your videos, I've seen your comments, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, etc. I know you guys are stoked out there like I'm stoked. I've seen 5500 video, I've seen LB video, I've seen just about every content on YouTube pertaining to this draft from the position that the Eagles were in. I'm stoked. We got a number 1 wide receiver, 6 feet, 160 pounds. The guy a little underweight, but I think he plays better at that weight. And I'm hoping that the Eagles might have him to gain about 10 pounds in this. If he can get 10 pounds, I think he still had that. I think he still had that a lateral speed to go across the middle. If you look at all of his videos when he was at Alabama, he is not afraid to go over the middle. He reminds me of Jeremy Maclin. Jeremy Maclin was 180 pounds and he was 6 feet as well, but Maclin still had that speed, that top end speed after the catch. And I think he reminds me a little bit of Jeremy Maclin. You know what I'm saying? So if he can get 10 extra pounds away, which I'm quite sure the Eagles are going to ask him to gain, I think he'll still be able to be still a top end fast receiver, because the Eagles need someone who can go over the middle. They found that guy. You know what I'm saying? Devonta Smith can play outside, inside, on both. He can play out wide and inside as well. He probably can play also out of the backfield. So the Eagles are going to get this guy plenty of chances to get the ball to make plays over the middle. And we got Jalen Reagor. So now Reagor could be that number 2 wide receiver. He probably gonna want to play more inside than outside. So it'll give Reagor some opportunity to get the ball and possibly get 1,000 yards rushing, maybe 1,000 yard receiving. So the Eagles could have 2,000 yard receivers when it's all said and done. So I mean that's a lot to say and a lot to expect. But man, I can only tell you that I am so stoked that we got a receiver, because if the Eagles didn't get Devonta Smith, all their options are out the door. So the Eagles were probably going to trade down. So if they had trade down, I've heard someone says on one of the YouTube channels, they were saying if the Eagles have dropped down a little bit further than where they were, there's going to be a whole bunch of screaming and complaining, and which is exactly right. So that lets me know that Howie Roseman and Jeffrey Lurie, I'm quite sure these 2 guys got YouTube accounts, and I'm quite sure they have seen all the YouTubers complain and talk about what they should have done, what they could have done from the previous 2 years up until now. Because we had many opportunities to get the boy that Seattle got, you know what I'm saying, the 6'6" receiver. I think if the Eagles have gotten him, Devonta Smith would probably have been an afterthought if they had got the boy in the first place. With the if they had gotten him in the first, because he was considered a first round, or late first round, early second round pick. But Seattle beat us to it, and they got that boy. And had they gotten him, it would have been a decimal. So we have been plagued of having a team with less talent since the Super Bowl. We barely made the playoffs the last couple of times, with 2019, 2018. Because I played it once before. We went back to the playoffs, on to beat Chicago, on to lose to the Saints. And then we played the Saints in the first round and lost to the Saints, back to back. You know what I'm saying? So you only get so many opportunities and so many strikeouts to win games in the playoffs, or in the trenches, is what they always say. So we're having a wide receiver to compare with Jalen Smith, who compare with, Jalen Hurts. They got a receiver now to pair with Jalen Hurts. So now, like I said, I still don't trust Hurts at this time. But if he can do half the things that he did in the 4 or 5 games he played last year and translate it into this year, then all my doubts of him is out the window. But right now, thinking about Hurts and Devonta Smith, that's a perfect combination, along with Rager and the other 2 wide receivers, because I have an odd feeling between those two, between the receiver that came after Rager, it's gonna be a bubble. And I have an odd feeling the Eagles are probably going to either trade one of the receivers or let one of the receivers go, because you only can keep 4 on the roster. So it's going to be some competition at the wide receiver position, which I believe. And I believe Smith is going to claim the number 1 spot, and what I really, really believe. And when it's all said, boiled, and done, it's going to come to that. And it's crazy for me to say such things, but that's what it really comes down to. It's going to come down to competition at the wide receiver position, but we still need some players on the tight end position. We need players on the offensive line. We still need a defensive back. We still need a linebacker and a defensive end. So we had 2 third-round picks, but they traded a third-round pick away to the Cowboys to move up to number 10 to select Devonta Smith. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, all worked out well. We still got a third-round pick, but now the second round coming, which is tonight, and I can't really wait, because, see, a lot of people are expecting Zach Ertz to be traded between the second round and the third round. Some tell me he gonna be traded in the third round, because the Eagles picked, if I'm not correct, the Eagles picked Zach Ertz in the second round, but Chip Kelly did that. So with the age that Zach Ertz is in, he may be he could be a late third round pick. So the Eagles could trade Zach Ertz for a third round pick, which would be a win-win situation depending on who wants Zach Ertz, because Zach Ertz hadn't lost no speed. He just got the age, but he was injured some parts of last season, you know what I'm saying? So all that's gonna pair in a factor into what the Eagles do with Zach Ertz. And personally, like I said, we need a tight end. We need another tight end to compare with Goddard, you know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, I like the other boy that we got, but he nothing more than a third string. So we'll see how that works out with him, because he got hurt also in the season. He played no more after the season came to an end. His season came to an end quite quickly. I forgot the boy's name. I think it's Roger. I think it's Rogers, I believe. Maybe Rogers. I'm not exactly sure. But if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I am so glad of this overall draft. We came out win. And I agree with some of the answers. Some of the answers say who won the draft. Was it the Cowboys or was it the Eagles? In my opinion, I think it was the Cowboys, because the Cowboys got, even though the Cowboys dropped 2 spots down with the 12th pick, and they selected Michael something, the linebacker from Penn State. They drafted him, Michael Parsons. They drafted Michael Parsons with the number 12 spot. You know what I'm saying? So now the Cowboys got a three linebacker trio, 2 first rounds and a second round pick at linebacker. So the Cowboys gonna have one of the best linebacking trios in the NFL overall, because they got Michael Parsons. But Devonta Smith is the guy that I was hoping that we would get. I wanted either Devonta Smith or I wanted Kyle Pitts. But since we dropped out of the 6th spot, Now you think about it, because the Falcons picked Kyle Pitts with their number 3, number 4 spot, whatever they had. You know what I'm saying? So the Eagles really had no shot at getting Kyle Pitts. So I believe if the Eagles had stayed at 6 and they didn't get Kyle Pitts, they would have dropped out of the top 10 and probably down to about 10 or 11 to get the player of their choice. Maybe a defensive back, because they wanted Jason Horn and they wanted Patrick Surtain, but both of those guys were gone between 3 and 6. So they had no options. You know what I'm saying? Their options was running short, because all the guys that they really wanted in their draft board, their top 10 draft boards, them guys were gone. And the only guy they had left was Devonta Smith. So they went with the best player available, which is what they did. Even though they paid the cost with one draft spot loss, they paid the cost with one draft spot loss. I say it again. They paid the cost with one draft spot loss, and that was the 3rd round. We had we got one 3rd round pick left now, and that's our original 3rd round. We had a 3rd round via Miami when they moved up to 12th, moved from 6 to 12. You know what I'm saying? So we gained extra picks down, but now we lost the pick going up. So now the Eagles now have approximately 8 or 9 picks left in the draft. And I believe they're going to get about 7 players. Now, the way it's looking now, the Eagles are going to do more gambling between 2 and 5, probably. I think they're going to sit well at 6 and 7. I think they're going to move between round 3, 4, and 5. I think the Eagles are going to gamble a bit. But I believe 6 and 7, I think they're going to stay put, because they got 2 6-round picks and 2 7-round picks. You know what I'm saying? So with those two, with them 4 spots, you can gain some players that they can either blossom, coach them up in a sense, or let them sit back and let them be backup. Because I believe from round 1 to round 5, I'm talking round 1 to round 4, that's your starters, and 5, 6, and 7 are your players that you groom or you coach up. That's my opinion when it comes to the rounds. So now we got a round 2 pick coming, we got a 3rd round pick coming, and we got a 4th and a 5th, 2 6, 2 7. So that's overall, that's about 7, 8 more picks to go. And I am really stoked about the pick of Devonta Smith. Oh, now this is on my mind. I thought I was going to mention this. If you Eagle fans remember, I'm gonna give a question. What was the last Heistman Trophy player the Eagles had on their roster? Give it a second. Give it a thought. If you weren't an Eagles fan from the 80s and 90s like I was, you wouldn't know. But I'm gonna tell you anyway. The last Heistman Trophy winner the Eagles had on their roster, he came from Green Bay. Let's put it this way: he was a Green Bay Packers pick. He played along with Brett Favre. Ladies and gentlemen, the answer is this: Ty Detmer. Yep, Ty Detmer. Ty Detmer was the last Heisman Trophy winner the Eagles had on their roster. He played with BYU, and he was drafted by the Packers. I think 94, 95. He was somewhere along, and he was drafted, and then he was back up to Brett Favre. He has a ring with Brett Favre. Brett Favre won the Super Bowl in 1990s, the 96, 97 era, something longer been there. So he has a Super Bowl ring, I believe. But the Eagles got him via free agency. And he was the only Heisman Trophy winner the Eagles had on their roster. You know what I'm saying? So I am so thrilled. We got another Heisman Trophy winner on our roster. And that's been over 30 years ago, almost 25, 30 years ago. So that's the history that I want to bring to you guys, so you guys will know. I think I mentioned this last night on Facebook, so I mentioned to you guys again. The last Heistman Trophy winner the Eagles had on their roster was quarterback Ty Deppner, Green Bay, from Green Bay via Philadelphia, who played with the Eagles I think 3 or 4 years before the Eagles cut him loose. And I think he played with the 49ers for a little while, and I think he called a career. It's either the 49ers or some other team. I'm not exactly sure, but I think it was the 49ers, I believe. But man, it's just that the opportunities are ahead of us now. It's full steam going forward. The Eagles get an A+ for the drafting of Devonta Smith, and I am so stoked to see what jersey number he's going to get, and I'm trying to be one among the first players to get his jersey, because I can't wait to get his jersey. I really can't. And also, I got 2 new jerseys that I just spoke about also. One is a former player jersey, and one of them is a player jersey that's currently on our Eagles roster. So when the teams, when OTAs and virtual reality teams, OTA get started, I'm gonna present those jerseys. But for right now, I just want to give you all a heads up of how this draft went. I mean, I am so glad that we got a wide receiver with the top 10 tier pick in 2021 NFL draft. I'm so stoked. And I made 2 videos. I made one video about Harry Roseman saying he better not fuck it up. And the second video that I made, I was screaming with joy because I was so surprised and so thrilled that we got a wide receiver. You know what I'm saying? Because even though I wanted Kyle Pitts, my second best pick was Devonta Smith. And we got Devonta Smith. So I'm ecstatic, I'm thrilled, and I am happy. So I'm gonna go and end the video on a high note, because I'm about to go over 17 minutes strong on the video. I really want to go this far. I want to make at least 8 or 9 minutes, but I had so much I had to say, so I want to get it out the way. So now, let me end the video right quick for you guys. Hope you enjoyed my video. Notification bell on the top, please press that. Like my channel, subscribe to my channel, comment at the comment section below, and most importantly, share my video, because the more you share, the more I can get more subscribers and get my content out there, and I can get over 100 subscribers. And when I get over 100 subscribers, I can do a whole lot more. I can post pictures, I can do some things that I can't do. You know what I'm saying? And my boy DE90 several months ago did it for me. At first I had 50 subscribers, but thanks to him, I got 20 more subscribers now up to 70. I'm 70 or more subscribers now. So I'm constantly climbing. I'm climbing slowly at a time, because I don't want to talk about football. I talk about more than football. If you see my content, you know exactly what I mean. But anyway, this is your boy, the Green Tide. We got Devonta Smith. Peace, peace, peace. EAG.